Welcome to the Why Create podcast. I'm your host, David Hay. This episode, we will hear from a singer-songwriter based in Boston. His music cleverly and honestly captures what it is like to be a Christian today. You can watch him play his music live on TikTok. Introducing Mike Cavanaugh.
My name's Mike Cavanaugh, and I'm a Christian singer-songwriter from Boston. I was born and raised in Boston. I even work for the city of Boston. I am married, and my wife and I, we just had our first child, a little baby boy named Judah. What type of art do I create? Well, I'm a musician. More to the point, I would say I'm a songwriter, and I write songs. The most rewarding thing that I've experienced, well, it's very rewarding to be able to connect with people through your music. You know, when you write a song or you write a lyric, it resonates with you because you wouldn't do it otherwise if it didn't, but you never know or really can tell whether or not it's going to resonate with anybody else. And when it does, it is a rewarding thing to be able to hit on something that, whether it's an emotion or an experience, when you hit like a universal tone, it's a rewarding thing. When did I get involved in creating music? Well, my parents started me on the piano when I was 5 years old, and so that was certainly the start. I played piano through high school, and I didn't really start singing and writing music until I believe I was a senior in high school, maybe freshman in college. It was around that time I started picking up the guitar and messing around with it. What drives me to keep creating, even when it feels like no one's paying attention? That's a good question. I think for a long time, people paying attention was driving me. And it is a recipe for disaster, I'll tell you that. If you're not doing it because you enjoy it, if you're doing it for the fame and all that stuff, it is going to be a bitter return. I would say what drives me now as a Christian is glorifying God through my art. I mean, that is the highest thing to attain and the most worthy goal. What is the thing I'm most proud of? Well, I've been writing songs for a long time. I recorded 3 albums before I turned 29. I think what I'm most proud of is my most recent album, which is called All That I Ever Did. It's about my journey of coming to faith in Christ. The songs that I've written over the past 10 years really just tell the story of God's grace in my life. And so I trying to take the spotlight off of me and point it to God. That God allows me to use my gifts and talents to speak about Him and His gospel and His grace is a real blessing. Any past experience that highly influenced my art? Yes, when I was in Canada, I lived in Canada for 2 years. I was maybe 26 or 27, and I was miserable. I was pursuing this music career, and I had a couple albums out that I was promoting, but just wasn't going very well. I started to gain a little bit of a following and everything like that, but I was unhappy, and I was drinking a lot, and I was in a dysfunctional relationship, and I kind of thought I'd be further along than when I was, and music it had become an idol. It had become this thing that I needed to have. I needed to have this whatever amount of success in my mind that I thought would sort of make me feel like I was there. And when I wasn't attaining it, or whatever my idea of it was, it left me so down and depleted and depressed. One night I hit rock bottom. I cried out to God. I asked Him for help and forgiveness. And from that moment on, led me on a journey to finding the Lord. Really, the Lord finding me. That completely changed the whole course of my career, or in terms of my music and what I wanted to get out of it and what I started writing. And I took a 10-year break at that point. I mean, I was still playing a little bit, but I stopped recording. I stopped I kind of stopped it. I stopped doing it, really. Took time to seek the Lord and to understand what had happened. And so that's really about what my album's about. That instance in particular in Canada really set me on such a different trajectory. What events led to where I am now? Well, I guess I sort of touched on that, but I mean, there was so many things. Recording three albums, now 4 albums, and playing shows in and around Boston, and developing a fan page on Facebook, sort of a small following. All the way back to doing open mic nights on Tuesday night at EMAC and Bolio's in Rosendale. I used to just find every open mic I could and play. So all those things. Yeah, I would say I'm where I want to be in one sense, but is there a higher goal? Sure. I would like to be able to continue to produce music and release music and play music, and I'm sure I will do those things in some capacity, whether I have an audience or not. Yeah, it would be nice to have an audience and to keep an audience and to grow one. Yeah, so all that being said, I do have a new album that's out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and it's called All That I Ever Did, and it's about my journey of coming to faith in Jesus Christ. It's about His grace in my life. It's about a wretched sinner, namely me, who had got himself entangled with so much darkness and depravity, and then to experience God's grace in that and forgiveness. So this album is about that. And it really is my story. And it's probably told better in that album than I'm doing right now. I always felt like I could get things across better in music than in conversation. So, yeah, if you're interested, check it out.
That was Mike Cavanaugh. His new album, All That I Ever Did, is available on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. Give it a listen. Make sure to follow and share this podcast. Thank you for listening.